How y'all doing? I'm just trying to uh, stay sane from all the rain today. It's let's come over here. You can see it's been raining all day. It's not like super hard rain, but it's enough to get me a little, I don't know, give me a little bored, I guess. Maybe I think I'll make a cup of coffee. Make a cup of coffee while I'm talking to you guys. Hopefully the sound is okay. I need to open this up. Let's get some coffee going here. All right. Where's my cup? Where's my cup? Gotta find my cup. You know what I'm talking about. Get my cup going. Oh, gotta add some water. Need some water in here. I'm gonna make some coffee. Talk to y'all for a minute. What do you think? Yeah, it's been raining all day, and I have hardly gotten anything accomplished that I had planned on getting accomplished today. But it's all right. We're gonna make it through the rain, come out on the other side. Everything's gonna be good. Let me. I need to put some water in this guy. Oh, dropped my toothpick down in there. Let me get that out of there. All right. There we go. We got some coffee going. We got some coffee going. We got some coffee going. Need to get my other phone. Looks like I got one person checking me out. Let me log in. Log in on my other phone. And get my other phone going. Nope. Okay, I got sound. Oh, hey. What's up, brother? Skinny Gorilla up in the house. Hope all is well. Yeah. Who's filming? LOL. Nice setup there. One is good. Yeah. No, it's I've got it's a gimbal that has tracking so that I can walk around and do stuff. And I always joke, it's like, you've seen the movie Iron Man, how Tony Stark has that robot arm that does everything. It's exactly like that. I talk to this little guy all the time, tell him, come on, follow me. But it's my little, oh, he lost me. Here I am. Where you at? You following? See? He doesn't, he doesn't, what? Oh, I think hold on, we're having technical difficulty here. I think my little robot friend here done run out of juice. I haven't plugged him in for a while. That's what the problem is. So now we all crooked. Let's plug it in. There we go. Wait, let's see. It's still screaming. Hold on. See if I can do this with it plugged in. What is that? All right. No. Let me take it off of here. Take it off of my little robot guy. Yeah. Well, now that I've got it disconnected from there, I can. Yeah, you need to get one. Yeah, let me turn the camera around here so you see this little guy right here. I just stick my phone on there. It's got a little light, but right now I got it plugged in because apparently it decided to stop filming. So I gotta let it charge for a minute. I didn't even think about that before I started this whole process. Got to do it old school and hold you up. Well, I wonder if I can. Wonder if it'll stay on here. Well, see, I think even if I put it on here, I don't know. It won't turn on. Oh yeah, it turned on. Okay. Okay. All right. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if it's got enough juice to follow me. All right. I think we're back in the game. Okay, you gotta go. I appreciate you stopping by. All right, let me go over here and finish making up this coffee. You gotta finish making up some coffee. Oh, brown sugar, you make my coffee taste good, yeah. Oh, brown sugar. Don't look, I'm gonna put 2 scoops. I'm gonna put 2 scoops. Get that coffee sweet. All right. Yeah, man, I appreciate old Skinny Gorilla showing up, showing me some love. Yeah, he's a good guy. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out his channel, then man, that's the way to go. Oh, he should have dropped a like or something. There we go. Oh, am I live? Okay. I need to get, man, it's wet over here. I need to get a towel or something to dry this up. It's kind of wet over here. Let me see what I got. Let me come back here and get me some kind of something to dry the floor, because over here I must have had the window open and it's got water all over the floor here. We got to get that water dried up some. There we go. Well, that's a little bit better. Now I need more towels. Yeah, been raining all day. But I'll just let it run while I'm cleaning up here. Hopefully I'll be able to see if someone comes in and starts chit-chatting. Then I'm gonna look over here. Let's see. I can't tell. No, it's still, I don't have anybody else showed up. Let me go get the big towel. Gotta dry this water up. There's water all over the place. Okay. There we go. We'll get the big towel. dry this water up. But there we go. You know, I don't know what's going on with my YouTube. I I checked it the other day for like how many watch hours I've got, and it I mean it hasn't updated in probably at least 3 days. Like it's still showing me at I think like 80 watch hours, and I've got like 1,000 watch hours just sitting there. Uh, I think I read something where, you know, if you've got a video that's still like going well, they don't update the watch hours or something. I don't know, but I guess it'll all be good eventually. Eventually, it'll get caught up. But yeah, here and you, me, and Hello Kitty. But yeah, it's been raining all day, and I haven't hardly gotten anything done. Like I started to work more on my script for my next video, and uh, I got in touch with Michael Allstat about um, you know, let him know I was gonna get his information and add his information into that video because it's gonna be about insurance, health insurance. It's kind of like a comprehensive video, living healthy in the Philippines, plus, what to do for health insurance as well. Uh, so I'm kind of a perfectionist, so that's been taking me a while. Well, part perfection is because I'm a perfectionist, and part just because I just haven't felt like doing it. Uh, uh, it's so much work. Why is that thing flashing on me? Maybe I should turn this light off. Maybe this light is taking up some juice. I'll turn that light off and see if that helps with my little robot buddy, helping him charge up. Like I said, I didn't check it before I started live streaming, and and so it is what it is. Let's see, how do you get off of here? About the only thing I got done today was I made a video. I put it on TikTok, but I made it for James and Karen's channel, because they're going to be having the party for Karen here before too long, and like I'm not going to be able to go, so like I kind of made a dancey kind of tribute video, and put their YouTube channel information so that if someone saw it on TikTok, they could go check out their channel. But that's about all I've done today. It's been pretty laid back. Do. I need to catch up on Skinny Gorilla's channel. I don't know if I've seen anything lately. I keep looking for him to do, like a long form video so I can watch, all his video, and it just hasn't I haven't seen one. I might need to add his channel to my other phone here, and then I'll be able to double watch. That's what I need to do. But I don't know what you got. Somebody come in the chat. Tell me what you've been doing today. Like I've seriously been bored with all this rain. I can't get outside, and that's no good. I don't like I don't like being stuck inside. I mean, I should, be busy working on the video, and I start, and then I don't know, I get distracted and I start doing something else. And so I don't know. And like I said, I was checking my YouTube uh, analytics earlier, and like it hasn't updated my watch hours in a long time. And anyway, I was sitting here, I was kind of bored, and I said, well, I'll go ahead and put the live stream on for a little while. Maybe I don't know if anybody's going to show up on a Saturday, but I figured I would give it a start, and I just kind of did it by the seat of my pants because I didn't normally even when I do a live stream, I'll create a thumbnail and I'll create a title and all that. And yeah, I was just lazy today. I just pushed start live stream and started going. So we'll see how it does just winging it. But we yeah, we don't really have anybody. Oh, you got somebody showed up. Well, yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about today? It's it's rainy. It's a Saturday. Can't go outside. I feel like, when you're a little kid, whenever had bad weather and you couldn't go outside and you just moped around all day. That's how I've been. I just been kind of moping around all day. And like I said earlier, I there's things I could have been doing, and I got very little accomplished on what I actually should have gotten accomplished today. Like it's tough to stay focused whenever it's kind of a rainy day, and it's I don't know, it's just hard for me to stay focused, you know, when I'm stuck inside. But yeah, we just got nobody. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna let this thing. I'm probably not gonna let this thing run too long. I just let it charge and um, go check out another channel or something. But but yeah, I think that's. I don't know how long I've been streaming. Maybe I'll give maybe I'll give it about 30 minutes. See if some people show up, want to talk to me. Uh, like I said, I was bored, and I just threw up a live stream real quick. No preparation, no planning. Just put it up there. See if there was anybody else out there that was bored. but but I don't know what's going on with everybody today. Like I figured more people would be messing around with YouTube with it, being bad weather and raining pretty much everywhere. I think it's raining pretty much everywhere. So, you know, stuck inside getting cabin fever, and figured I'd reach out since I didn't see anybody else starting any live streams. I don't know if it's too early. Like I know it's like pretty early in the US right now. But I was pretty sure that most of the people that jumped on my live stream were all normally you know in the Philippines, so they should be They should be kicking around. I don't know. But I mean, it is Saturday, but like I said, it's raining. I don't know if people are outside doing stuff anyway. I just, I don't like to get wet. I'm too sweet. I'll melt. Well, I think oh, there's some people showed up. I don't know if they're ready to start talking yet. What can I start talking about? I mean, I keep talking about how bored it's been, being stuck inside when it's raining. Um, and haven't really gotten a lot accomplished as far as my next video. Like I might sit here and be doing this live stream, and if I don't get people to start interacting, then maybe I'll talk about it enough where I'll get motivated and start doing more work on my next actual video. Um, like I need to do the recording. Like I haven't recorded like one bit of it. Like I've been working on different components of the video, but as far as you know the vocal part of recording of the video, like I haven't recorded anything. I probably need to do that and get started, because I don't know about you guys, but once I like get some momentum doing something, then I'm okay. Like I'll keep going, but sometimes it's hard just to get started. Like when you got to do something and you don't really feel like it, it's hard to just make yourself start. But then once you get going, then normally it's okay. But I think I dried this floor pretty good. I can I can go I can go hang this towel back up. I've gotten this. Oh no, there's a wet spot over here. Yeah, I had the window open. I wasn't thinking about it. I had the window open and it started raining pretty good, and it got wet all over here. There we go. That's better. But I'm gonna go hang this up, y'all. Y'all think of something to say? I'll check see if anybody said anything to me. I'll hang that up. And this is what I'm doing. And just hanging out and what talking to my robot friend. Yeah, it's my only little friend here today. Nobody else wants to talk to me. Of course, my little robot friend here, he don't want to talk to me either. I talk to him, but he don't talk to me. Uh, so here we are. it you know it's gonna take me a while to get used to, and see that's my problem. Like I didn't necessarily have a plan for this live stream, and I was halfway hoping someone would show up. Like Skinny showed up, and I wanted, like, what when I saw his man, like I wanted to talk to him more, but he had to go right away, so I didn't get to talk to him much. But I sure be happy if someone makes a comment about something. You know, tell me how big my ears are or something. I always say I got big ears because I'm a good listener. But I ain't got nobody to listen to right now except for me running my mouth. So, and it's hard to, it's hard when you don't really have anything. Like maybe I need to just sit here for a second and think of something that, you know, I really want to talk about. Um, I can't, like, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. Uh, my life here lately has been pretty boring because I had to go back to the states, and the cost of the plane ticket there, and then the cost of the plane ticket back. Man, it it wreaked havoc on my budget. So I am just pretty much just limping by until the end of the month, whenever my next payment comes in, and then I'll be all right again. Be able to do some things. Like there's a lot of things that I want to do, but you know, just can't do right now. So I'll probably. I've been saying I was gonna make another pot of beans. I made black eyed peas. That was probably about, I don't know, what, 3 days ago. Like they're all gone, but I'm thinking I might make some kidney beans. I don't know. Yeah, you ever get in that kind of cycle where it's just you just like I'm not sad or depressed or anything like that. I just don't really feel like doing anything right at the moment. Uh, I think part of it is whenever I put out the last video, like it did so well and I was on a high, and maybe I'm just kind of coming down from that. I need to like equal back out. Had all that adrenaline and excitement from how well that video was doing, that it kind of drained me in a way. Just so now I'm just kind of waiting to feel motivated again. I'm just kind of stuck. Like I know what I want to do, just don't know when I want to do it. But I'm gonna drink some coffee and I'm gonna give it I don't know, few more minutes and call it, I guess, because I look like, I mean, it shows I got two people. I got two people? Yeah, I got two people. One of them's me, and I got one thumbs up, one like, and that was also me. So if you're out there watching, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, just let me know somebody's out there. If you don't feel like comment, just double tap the screen, give me a like, and um, I can see if I can get up to maybe 30 minutes. I'll do like a 30-minute live stream. Nobody shows up. That's cool. But at least this is helping me uh, like get in the rhythm of talking to you guys, talking through the camera. And so when I do finally get my mojo going to record a video, then I'll be ready to talk to the camera and you know actually get something recorded to make content with, because I think that's a problem with live stream. John C says, right. I don't know what part I'm right about, but yeah, I mean, I it's hard sometimes, to you guys that if any of you guys that aren't making content for YouTube, like just sitting here and talking to, the camera, like it's not a natural thing. You've got to John Z says difficult to talk to a camera. Yeah, absolutely. It's I whenever I have, like a script and I know what I'm gonna say, I can normally get in a mindset of, you know, of delivering, the content. But, whenever I'm just talking about whatever is on my head, it's just, not natural because, you don't see anybody's reaction and, you you don't have anything to feed off of. And, that give and take, even if it's just with body language or, facial expressions, at least then, you know, you, I don't know. It seems like your words have a purpose. And then when no one's watching your live stream, you have even less purpose when you're when you're just talking to the void and hoping somebody shows up. It's it's a little weird. Oh, but John C, what have you been doing today? Oh, let's see what you said. Here in Ohio at 6 a.m., so maybe time change can help bring more people. Ray Ray live in the Philippines. What's up, Michael? Yeah, no, Michael, I really, yeah, I needed you because you got to give me something to talk about. I was just sitting here like bored. It's been raining all day. Has it been raining all day there in Bacolod? Bacolod? Is it Bacolod? All right. Here, I'll do number one and number two. All right. Is it Bacolod or Bacolod? Bacolod, Bacolod. So you could tell. No, don't stop doing that. What are you doing? I, for a second, I thought my little robot friend was going to stop recording because uh, I want to do it again. It flashed at me, but whenever I have it, I don't know if I have gestures turned on, but I can if I throw up like the peace sign, then it'll stop recording or start recording. Uh, so I got to be careful. Uh, John C says, I'm new. Ray, how did you end up in Tagaytay? Okay, I can tell that story. So, so I visited the Philippines a couple years ago and, flew into Manila and, met my girlfriend and we went to the province, which is in Oriental Mindoro. It's the island just south of Luzon. Got on a ferry, went over that province, took a van for it seemed like 3 days, but it's really only probably about 5 hours. But you're just cramped in this van with a bunch of people and people getting on and off. Anyway, so got down to the province and um, it was hot. It was. I mean, I think when I came the first time, it was like September, but to me, it was still hot. Like it was hot in Manila. It was hot uh, down in the province, and I don't do well with hot. Uh, I told the story before. Like when I was in the Navy, I had heat stroke, passed out, and ever since then, like I'll get hot quick, and then it takes me forever to cool back down. So anyway, when I got back to the US after that trip, I started researching places in the Philippines that had a cooler climate. Tagaytay was one of those places. The other one was Baguio, which is north of Manila. And well, from what I was, my research, it seemed like Baguio uh, had like was more congested with tourists than Tagaytay. And I have not been to Baguio, but you know, I I can see how that may be true. I'm froze up. What happened? Froze up. All right, guys, I'm working on it. Let me see what I can do here. What can I do? Why is this? Why is this froze up? Why is this froze up? If that helps anything. All right. Michael said, actually, the rain stopped around noon when I was finishing up Bible study with Gary and Leah and some other couples. Man, I wish I could have been there. I would have enjoyed, getting to hang out. Uh, I don't know if I finished John's story, but yeah, what happened was, I moved to Tagaytay, and I don't know why I'm still froze up. Like, uh, what do I got to do to fix this? Um, no, what is? I don't know why this is okay. Let me go back to John. Say yes, I understand cool temperature. Yes, and it you know uh, it's it's not that it's not that crowded in Tagaytay. Like during the week, uh, it okay. There we go. There we go. I think I got something happening here. All right. Yeah, but I found in Tagaytay, uh, like during the week, it's not busy at all. It's really really quiet, which I like. And why is this? Why does this keep freezing up like that? Then I start having technical difficulties, which is weird. All right. Okay, let me catch back up. Michael said, got some chicken at Ayala Mall Metro Market, then veggies and fruit, as well as 30 large eggs at the local public market. Been a great day despite the weather. Always happy here no matter what we do. Oh yeah, I've been happy today. I just been bored and not doing anything today. It's like I said earlier, it's like when you were a kid and you had bad weather and couldn't go outside. It's just you don't know what to do with yourself. Like I'm used to, going outside at least a little bit. It like I think if I don't get that sunshine, then I just don't have the motivation to do anything. Do. Yeah. Like I said, morning to John C. Lived one state over in Pennsylvania. Yeah, no, I've been through Pennsylvania. Well, I've been through Ohio too, but I've been through just about every state except for um, Alaska and Hawaii and Maine. I've never been to Alaska, Hawaii, or Maine. I think I've been to every other state. Um, but dude, thank you. Good evening. I'm enjoying you and Che on YouTube. That's awesome, John. Yeah, like Michael. Michael is awesome to watch. I mean, you can tell when people are, genuine people. Like I hope that comes across with me. But real recognizes real. You don't put on any kind of airs or anything. Like I this is who I am, and hopefully I attract viewers that kind of get me, and in like because people can choose to get their inner information and entertainment from tons of different places, and that's cool with me. What like I don't want someone to watch my channel that would rather be watching something else. So it's good to have people that you connect with. I mean, that's how I choose what I watch, and I don't expect people that choose or don't choose to watch my channel do it any differently. Like you either enjoy what I do or you don't, and either way is good with me as long as people are happy. Let's see. Appreciate the support, John C. I will be live streaming again soon. John C. Ray, are there many expats there you can be friends with? Well, um, yes and no. Uh, like I haven't really gotten too involved. There's a group of guys I've met about. I want to say there was like 5 or 6 guys that I met that they would have like coffee on Tuesday at Starbucks, and I haven't went in months. Uh, well, a lot of months because I went back to the states, and but even before that, like I didn't. I've only been to that group um, maybe about 5 times, different times, like going to have coffee, and then we met one time at this smokehouse restaurant, which is actually pretty good. It was a little pricey, but I mean, it's hard to get good barbecue in the Philippines, and they had like a brisket sandwich, and well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Froze nowhere is part of the Philippines. Yeah, there we go. It caught back up with me. Yeah, I think it might be the weather. Uh, I don't know if I'll come over here by the window if you guys can see this here. It's like it's been like this all day. It's just missed. Well, it it fluctuates between like a misty rain and then every once in a while it comes in heavy. I just had to dry up a bunch of water because I forgot left the window open and the wind started the blowing in the rain and got the floor all wet. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about my buddy. It lives. It's in Nuvali or Santa Rosa, which is you know down the mountain from Tagaytay, and it's kind of like in the valley. But I've went over there to his house, a few times. I went over there for Thanksgiving. Went over there for the Super Bowl, which was weird. Getting there at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to watch the Super Bowl, and we were cooking out and everything. But what do we got going on here? No, Michael's back. I don't know what you was doing. I'm back too. I was frozen there for a minute. That's what it was. You gave me the cold shoulder. It froze me up. But yeah, it's oh, Michael. Hey, have you ever experienced this? I was looking at at my analytics, I was trying to see how many watch hours that I had, and it's been that way for probably at least 3 or 4 days. Like my watch hours haven't moved. Like they're stuck like right around, I want to say something like 80. And since then I've gotten like over 1,000 watch hours, but it hasn't updated. And it's been, like I said, it's been like 3 days. Ah, okay. Yeah, it said it'll update. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna update. I just, have just, wondered how often they update it because uh, I don't think it does it daily. I didn't think it, did it daily either. Like it seems like, you know, a lot of the analytics are like 48 hours behind. Like you could, like my if you look at just, like your views or your whatever, like it'll give the number that's like 2 days ago. And then if you look at the, the live uh analytics, then you'll get the updated live. But uh it takes a few days. I think it's every 3 to 5 days. Okay, well that's good to know. I'm not worried about it that it's not gonna update. It just, whenever it's kind of motivating whenever I see the number go up, so I know I'm doing something right or not. But uh, I I'm hoping after I put out like my next video, I mean, if it even does, half as well as my last video, then um, that'll put me close at least to, the first milestone of 500 viewers and 3,000 watch hours. Because I should be getting, well, I think my viewers now are, uh, I think it's close, like 380 something. So it's getting closer to 500. Like I said, if my next video does even half as well, then I think I'll be pretty close to at least the first milestone. 386 is what I see. Yeah, I knew it was 380 something, and so I'll get there. Hey, did you know about? I guess you can talk about this on YouTube, but the on like the super chats, if you get any, I don't know where, but if you get like super chats, if the super chat ends in 00, then that's your uh normal super chat where it's a 70-30 split. You get the 70. But if it ends in 0.99, that's from an iPhone, and Apple is going to take 30%, and then YouTube will take 30% from what's left. So really you only get about 49%. Not that I'm doing this for money, but I just thought it was interesting. Which you took a huge dump in Mida says, which you took a huge jump in subscribers and obviously your views for the videos. Props to you. Thank. Mike said, "Damn, I did not know that." Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, so if it's like if you got two super chats of like 19.99, That's close to $40, right? And after Apple takes 30%, and then uh, let's see, this thing stop following me. After Apple takes 30%, and then YouTube takes 30% of what's left, then from those two donations, you'll get about $19.97. So a little bit less than half. Yeah, it is. It is kind of BS. I mean, and I was talking with James about it on Facebook. Have you sent me a friend request? I tried to send you my link, and uh, I think you because I put it in your chat, and I think you took it out of your chat. Maybe you were worried other people would click on it, and I don't care. Like, I mean, I still have the choice of whether I can accept somebody as a friend or not. So if someone sends me a friend request, like the I don't care if someone clicks on my link because I still get to choose whether. And the link I sent you was like for my channel Facebook. I finally got around to making a Facebook profile for my channel. Um, but I got off the tangent. Yeah, I was talking to James about it on Messenger, and it's like, you know, it's it's terrible because you know, like I'm not doing this for money, but if someone wants to donate to help the channel, like there's nothing wrong with that. But if they knew that you weren't actually getting the majority of the money, would they still choose to donate that way or not? Because they could either go to like, your buy me a coffee thing to donate or something like that. And anyway, it's just something I was thinking about because I mean, you can't really tell people. And see, I can talk about like if I was monetized and had like the super chat thing up there, I wouldn't be talking about any of this because like, you know, I don't want people to like know like oh, he's just thinking about donation. Well, that's not it. It's just, I'm looking out for people that are spending their money thinking they're giving it for one reason and they don't know that all of the pieces that are going out of it. Like the to me the 70-30 split with YouTube is completely fair. I mean, they're providing the platform like they earn their money. But Apple taking like they have like almost the biggest cut of all when someone donates on their iPhone. Anyway, I'm rambling about that. uh Like I said, I never understood why super chats were, for example, were $1.99. Why not just send it and even $2? Because that's how they do with Apple. Uh, no, 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 Michael. Okay. First, let me say hi, Mercedes. Uh, no. Okay, on an iPhone, you can send a super chat and you have like your bank card or whatever set up with Apple, and then to authorize the payment, you just double click the button on the side and it'll process the payment. Well, those super chats are automatically set at 0.99, and when you like they choose the amount, but it always ends in 0.99. So when they use an iPhone and double click to do the payment, then Apple automatically takes 30%, and then YouTube takes 30% of that, and then you get, yeah. Uh, like I said, I have to look where you sent me a Facebook link to your profile. I must have overlooked it. Well, I know that I put it in your comments, and it disappeared, and I thought maybe you got rid of it, but like that's cool either way. I mean, you can always go to uh, I think my channel description. I know it's got my email. I don't know if I've put my. I need to put my Facebook link in my channel description, but you can find my email if nothing else. Um, let's see. John C. As a user, I find it convenient to use super chats for a donation to the channel. Yeah, no, and definitely appreciate it, and it does help because I don't know about other creators, and this isn't a lot, but it's expensive doing YouTube, um, at least for me, because well, it's a hobby for me. I spend money on stuff that probably I don't even need to. If I was if I was doing YouTube as purely like a financial kind of uh, endeavor, then yeah, I wouldn't spend nearly as much money as I do trying to do stuff. But I spend the money because it's a hobby for me. Spending money on my hobby, and if people appreciate what I do and want to show their appreciation, awesome. But I just think it's kind of like Michael said, BS that they're, especially Apple. I don't know what they really do to earn their 30% of the donation. Like, um, I think YouTube maybe. Yeah, YouTube might have like I don't know if they automatically remove links. Maybe they do. Uh, but yeah, you can if you can look in my channel description and find my email and send me your link in my email, or you can just uh, look for me on Facebook, like at Tagai Ty Ray, my thing. And actually, I might be following. I don't. Am I following your Facebook page? I don't know. Because I remember trying to give my email to another YouTuber, and shortly after it disappeared. So I figured it must be a privacy thing with YouTube, not allowing people to share private info. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, Michael, do you have a something simple Facebook page? Yeah, I don't. And John C, you're also welcome to find me on YouTube. You can look, like I said, TAGAYTAGAYTAYRAY. So Tagai Tai Ray. If you search that on Facebook, I'm sure that I'm probably the only one that has that name. So I should be pretty easy to find, I would think. But yeah, I I know I'm following. I know I'm following Geo. Like I didn't see if Corey has a Facebook page, or I think I'm following. I don't know. I saw a couple people that I knew whenever I was setting up my Facebook page, and I clicked to follow their page. Uh, but yeah, I'll definitely follow your page, Michael, if you have one or put one up. Uh, Corey used to, but his account was hacked months ago. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know why people do stuff like that. It like I guess I don't know. I could never be a criminal. Like I don't know what like all these like how you always hear like you hear it from so many people about their Facebook getting hacked. And what I don't understand is I'm sure there's got to be at least some effort involved in hacking someone's Facebook account, and then what do you get from it? Like, I I don't I don't see how they could, like, make any money from hacking someone's Facebook account. Unless they, I don't know, maybe try to run scams on people's friends, or I think that's maybe how, but like it just doesn't make sense to me. Of course, none of my friends would fall for that because like they know I would never ask for money over Facebook. Like if the only way that I know you to contact you to, borrow $20 is through Facebook, then we're not good enough friends for you to loan me $20. Like if that's our only connection. So I don't so anybody that uh would give me or would let me borrow money, like we'd talk on the phone or something about that. Anyway, that's let's see. The only link I posted on my YouTube account was my Instagram account, just for people wanting to communicate with me. I rarely use Instagram, just another form of community. I think I have an Instagram. I on my Facebook, like it keeps showing me I have all these Instagram notifications, but I don't even have the Instagram app. I don't remember the last time I was on Instagram, but it seems like to me like Instagram is, Facebook for 20-year-olds or something like that. Um, uh, it has to be using bad passwords, easy ones. I mean, it could be. Like I said, um, I used to always joke. I used to always joke as like, I don't think anyone would ever steal my identity. Like if someone stole my identity, they'd just give it right back because they're like, man, man, you just broke. they, they could steal my identity, but yeah, it's not going to get you much. So Michael says, Che's Facebook account was hacked, and then the hacker took over her account, pretended to be Che, asking for money from her friends, and actually her friends thought it was really Che, and they sent money. Well, how did they send money? Because it seems like, you know, if I could see someone thinking it was Che and send money, but like, wouldn't they know like Che's Gcash account if if like her phone number to send it to her Gcash and not whatever? I guess I don't know how that worked, but uh, uh, sent money to the hacker thinking it was Che and needed help. Gcash, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if like uh, if I've borrowed money before, but I've never like sent a post out on Facebook or anything about needing money. Like, if I don't, like I said, if I don't know you well enough to, contact you personally and not through social media, then I don't know you well enough to ask you for money. That's kind of, you know, where I was coming from. Um, something shady with Gcash. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I ran into one thing that was shady about Gcash. Um, I had sent my girlfriend like $700 in Gcash, and it was right before we went to uh, immigration. So we took the bus to Dos Marinas to the immigration office there. Anyway, during that trip, I think on the bus going there, uh, she lost her phone. And by the time we got back, like I like got on my phone and tried to transfer the Gcash account to a different number and blah blah blah. And then like all the money in Gcash was gone, and I'm thinking, well, how did they get the Gcash? Like if like her phone would have had to be unlocked for them to access the Gcash, and so I was thinking, like, did Gcash just keep that money? I don't know. It was really weird because like I said, it was about 700 US in Gcash. Uh, the hacker portraying Che had the friend send to a naked up friend of Che's Gcash. A naked up friend? I don't know. Not naked, haha. Meant to say sent to a made up friend's account. Oh, okay. Ray, is this your Facebook? To Guy Ty Ray? Yes, that is my Facebook. All one word. It's To Guy Ty Ray, just how you have it spelled, with no spaces. Hey Ray, did you learn anything in regards to setting up a collaboration live stream? Uh, Not yet, because, well, I'll be completely honest, Michael. Like, I'm I'm scraping by until the end of the month, and I'll be all right. But you know, I want to set up an account with StreamYard, and but they do have like a 7-day free trial. But I want to wait till the 7-day ends closer to. Did it stop recording? Follow me. Anyway, I wanted to wait until the 7-day when the 7-day ends was closer to the end of the month so that I could continue my subscription after and pay for it. I don't mind paying for stuff, but uh, uh, I think we all need to. I think all we need to do is send an invite to your live stream. I'm sure it's free. Yeah, I don't know exactly uh, like what is involved with like the free version of StreamYard, but I think that there's enough uh, that's included in like the paid version because I think the paid version isn't that much. Uh, that it's just worth go ahead and paying that money if you're gonna use it more often because eventually I want to be able to have custom banners and overlays that I have saved where you can use the overlays and you know uh, there's so much to learn with this. Like in the future, I have to get a laptop because my laptop is junk. It's let me see. You're gonna follow me. You're gonna follow me. I'm going this way. But like this. Oh, it didn't follow me. Okay. What is this stuck here? Well, I've got this HP laptop, and I don't know. It came with all kinds of uh, it came with all kinds of the crappy HP programs, or how they do with the laptop. They load it up with all these system files that you don't use and just eat up space. So I know one day I was trying to delete a bunch of stuff to streamline it, and because I used to be big into computers when like in the 90s when computers were anyway. uh so I did some stuff, and then like the performance actually got worse. So I think when I get some money, I might bring it to like a computer repair shop and say, hey, what can y'all do with this? Can you just like wipe it clean and just put just like the basic operating system where all it'll do is go on the internet and I can download, the apps that I'm going to use like YouTube and YouTube Studio where I can actually have more control and then, load CapCut on there so that I can edit easier. But with the memory, I don't know. I guess I could have an extra. I don't know. Eventually, I'll have a like a MacBook. That way, like my iPhone will pair with the MacBook, and I'll be able to do more stuff. Um, John C. Maybe better processor and more RAM. Yeah, John. I mean, it was a cheap laptop to begin with. I think it only, it might have cost me, $500-600, something like that. But I like I said, my next major purchase is gonna be, like a MacBook, and then I think I'll be set for a while with buying stuff. But that won't happen until after I, make the trip to Iloilo, Ackland, Rojas City, and Bacolod. And Michael, you never did answer me. I agree. If you're an iPhone user, get a MacBook. Yeah, I mean, I'm filming this on my iPhone. I've got a iPhone 16 Pro. Like that was my last major expense before I came back here. So between that and my plane ticket, I kind of spent too much. I mean, I wanted to have all of the stuff when I got back here. Like while I was there in the States, like I was ordering Amazon, got my mics, got my gimbal, got my phone, so that I would have everything already here. Because trying to uh, buy electronics over here, I mean, they're more expensive, and you can't buy from Amazon because the duties, the tax or whatever on import tax will eat you up. And I mean, you end up either way, you end up paying a higher price. So I wanted to get it there and bring it back with me, is my point. Um, and and you know uh James, I sent James. I hope James isn't mad at me. James and Karen. I I made a TikTok video. I thought it was actually pretty good, and it was shouting out their channel for YouTube, and it was kind of like I made an original song, and it was like a dance beat, and it had like, you know, uh, clips of them with the music, and then clips of me dancing. And I sent it because it's going to be Karen's birthday, and I was saying I can't be there, and so it was kind of like, you know I can't come to the party, so I'm gonna bring the party to you. And I don't that Bacolod is pronounced Bacoled, Bacoled, Bacal, Bacauli led, Bacalid, Bacalid. Is that right? Bacalid. Lead sounds like you were saying like a lead pencil. Okay, Bacolid, Bacolid. Okay, I didn't know if it was Bacolid or Bacalod, Bacolid, Bacolid. Yes, Bacolid. Yeah, I think that's how I normally pronounce it. But that's a big thing for me is pronunciations. Like, um, I like I do not like mispronouncing something. It's like if I'm learning a language, like I want to know how a native would pronounce it because you know I just I don't know. I don't like I hate it when people mispronounce things. Uh Not hate it, but uh, you know, when when someone mispronounces words, then makes you look at them a certain kind of way. At least to me, is like that, and maybe that's just me. Because, but if I ever mispronounce something, then um, someone needs to correct me because I, to me that was if you don't correct me whenever I'm saying something wrong, that's to me that's no different than letting me walk around with my zipper down. Like you're just letting me look like an idiot. So like I never take offense when someone corrects me about anything or and you know like I've had trouble in my life when I try to correct someone else like that and you know they I guess it comes across like I'm you know like saying I'm better than them or I don't know. People are weird. Like they take offense at too much. Anyway, that's my opinion. I don't take offense at anything. I always say, you know, I'm gonna be happy no matter what. Like uh, I was I was talking about trolls the other day. I was like, man, if that makes them happy, you know, putting out negativity and they can say I got you know uh, big big ears and bald head and ugly teeth or say whatever they want about me if 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 that brings them a chuckle and makes them happy, more power to them. I'm glad they're happy, but it's not going to change my level of happiness. Like I'm going to continue to be happy no matter what because I'm not going to let anybody else you know dictate whether I'm happy or not. And I certainly am not going to try to dictate to someone else on their level of happiness. So, Simply Cherry, hello, Ray. Hi, everyone. Hey, Simply Cherry. Or, or just Cherry. Should I just say Cherry? Yeah, uh, I just got bored with a rainy. Did I freeze up again? I don't know. I should. Okay, no. I guess I was just looking down for too long. We got we got something simple and simply cherry. We just a whole simple smorgasbord going on here. Let's see. Boom. Okay. Wait. Come on. All right. I think I got you, John. Wait. Okay. How do I get that back up? Wait. All right. There we go. All right. I got you as a moderator, Michael. It took me a minute. Sometimes it's hard for me to do that because I have to like tap on the screen that I'm recording on. And yeah, you got a promotion. Yeah, you got a promotion. You earned it. I'm waiting for John to say something again. I'll put him on the list, but I can't tap on here, and I don't know how to once the message disappears off my screen. I don't know how to get it back where I can tap on it. It only stays up on my screen I'm recording on for just, a couple of seconds. If I miss it, then, that's why it's going to be good, once I have like a laptop so I can, control the live stream a little bit easier, with the chat and everything else. Because it really is kind of hard to do it when it's, on your phone. You don't have as much control over what you can do. But I'm not gonna stress too much about it because I there's not much need to moderate my channel. Oh, there's John. There we go. Oh, wait a second. All right, I added you as a moderator, John. I think I caught you. Yeah. But yeah, there's not a lot of need to me for my channel for a moderator. Maybe one day I get bunches of people, but like I had said, there's no reason to delete people's messages unless they're just like, if they're being abusive to other viewers in the chat, then yeah, kick them out. But if they're saying something about me, I don't care. Like, I'll respond to them, and like it's not a big deal for me. Like, if someone came on and posted, "Man, you're ugly," like, I would respond to that. It's like, yeah, you're damn right I'm ugly, but I'm still an ass magnet. So I need to quit smoking again. I quit before I came back. I quit for about 2 weeks, and I got back here, and long story short, like, there was a lot of stress happening, and I said, that's it. I'm going down to 7-Eleven, getting a pack of cigarettes, and then I've been smoking since then. So, like, I'll get back to quitting here soon. Let's see. If it was only something more simple. Still listening and playing on my laptop. And I appreciate that, John. And that's cool. I mean, to me, that shows support. I do the same thing. If someone's doing a live stream, even if I don't have time to listen to it, I'll just let it play. I'll turn, if I have to, I'll turn the volume down if I'm doing something else, and it's just playing. They're getting watch time, and so you can. It just means a lot to me here that you're here supporting me. Like, eventually I'll get everything figured out, and but yeah, Michael, I hope that you find me, you too, John, and send me a Facebook request, because especially you, Michael, because what I want to do. John C says, I learned from you guys. Yeah, this isn't much of a learning video. I was just bored and figured I would put it out there, see if there was someone to talk to. But I was saying, like, I definitely want you guys to find me on Facebook. That way, if you ever need to reach out for anything, but especially you, Michael, because what I plan on doing, and you can feel free to do the same thing, is whenever I make a video, before I post it on YouTube. I'm going to list it as unlisted. I'm going to send you the link. You can watch it and then be brutally honest. If there's, it's like, hey, that, this doesn't come out right, or, it doesn't sound right, or where I can, clean it up and then, repost it and then get it right before I actually make it public. But, I'll take any feedback I can get. All right, John. Let's see. I might be able to. Oh, I got you. All right, Mr. Corn. We are now friends. We were friends before, but now it's official. Now it is official. Uh, John, have you thought about coming to the Philippines, or is that in your plans? I don't remember if I had asked you before. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Not sure you got this previous message. Search Michael Lee Scheller on Facebook. Okay, yeah, I might be able to do that now. Let's see if I can multitask. What is? I got someone. Where is? What is this? Hold on. Jeff Lower. How do I get out of this? I need to. Uh, Facebook. All right. All right. I got my search for Michael. Michael. What was it again? Michael. Hold on. Michael Lee Scheller. All right. Let me go back. Michael Lee Scheller. Yep, that's you. All right, I'll follow you. Hold on. And add you as a friend. There we go. All right, so I'm following you, and I added you as a friend, Michael. Okay. I'm going to retire after first a year. Awesome, John. So, yeah, that's Are you planning on coming like soon after that, or you know, like I guess what I'm asking is like, are you starting to kind of prepare to transition, or are you just gonna wait until you retire and then, you know, start doing stuff like that, or do you plan on coming over here at all? Oh, around March. Okay. So yeah. Um, have you visited the Philippines any before? Like any kind of extended trips, or just, you know, gathering information and before you come? Accepted your request, Ray. Appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, uh, I'll hit you up after live stream's over. Uh, want to spend 3 to 4 months in March. Yes, I visited Cebu last December. Yeah, okay. So that's good. Yeah, spend 3 or 4 months. You know, I tell people like if they haven't spent any like extended time in the Philippines, you know, like don't I wouldn't like sell everything. I mean, you could sell some stuff off, but you know, keep a home base just in case. Some people in the Philippines just it's just not going to fit. Like even though I truly believe that like there is a place in the Philippines that'll suit just about any personality. Like you just have to find, you know, your the place you vibe with, and that kind of how I am with Tagaytay. Like Tagaytay is my vibe, and from here, like I plan on visiting, you know, all the other places that I don't want to live, but I want to visit and experience other places. And then when it just comes back down to just chilling out and, you know, having your normal life where, you know, you have your routines, you have your comfortable place that, you know, that you're familiar with, you know, come back to that. Let's see. Gary Walker, what up, Mr. Ray? Bacallid guy. My question is, best gumbo you've had? Man, the best gumbo I've had is my own, and I ain't even gonna lie. Uh, like I don't know. I because I have one thing I like I there's sometimes I call my gumbo uh, breakfast gumbo because my gumbo has bacon, eggs, and coffee in it. Like I'll put because you know you make gumbo, uh, you know, and you would normally put like some chicory, but you know it's hard to find just chicory. But you can get like some community coffee that's got chicory in it, and you know make a cup of chicory coffee, and then add that to your gumbo, and it gives it. It's you know it's a depth of flavor. It's an extra depth of flavor in gumbo because that's to me that's what gumbo is you know layering flavor up upon flavor until you just get this complex mixture that. And I put you know slice up boiled eggs and put in there and man those eggs to me they're the best part. They soak up the juice and they're delicious. And and I I use pretty much all three thickening agents because you know gumbo. There's three different ways to thicken gumbo. You thicken with okra, you thicken with roux, and you thicken with filet. So like I'll make a filet gumbo, but I you know I use roux and I add okra. So you know because I like my gumbo just a little bit thicker. And also I normally make a chicken and sausage gumbo, and I like my sausage cut like really thin, so it almost melts in your mouth. You know, a lot most of the gumbo that I taste, they've got like big hunks of sausage, and it's just too much sausage. Anyway, I'm just going on about gumbo. I like to cook. Um, Michael said, best decision I made was extending beyond my original 3 month plan. I needed the 7 to 8 to truly embrace and decide this is where I wanted to be. Yeah, you've got. I mean, it's the rest of your life. Well, it's a big decision, and you know you have to be 100% comfortable with that decision and embrace it, or it's not going to work. Like when someone comes to the Philippines, uh, if I believe if someone doesn't come with the right attitude, you know, I always preach positive attitude. You know, I've went over all this before, but I'll say it again. You know, if you go through life, you know, looking for things to not like, you're going to find them no matter where you are. And if you come to the Philippines with that kind of attitude, that kind of mindset of, always looking for something to be critical of, you're not going to last in the Philippines. I mean, you're going to see stuff that would annoy you every single day, and you'd think it was the most terrible place in the world. But if you come with the mindset of positive and looking for, you know, things to enjoy, you're going to find that too. And you're going to find it in abundance. And, people smiling, saying hello. And, you walk in the grocery store, good Lord, you walk in the grocery store and, you know, pretty much every employee that works there has told you good morning or good afternoon, sir, you know, before you leave. You've already been, they used to have back in the day like a Walmart greeter, and I guess that wasn't in the budget because don't see that anymore. But in the Philippines, like everybody that works there is like a Walmart greeter. Everybody greets you and, you know, treats you like they're glad that you're there. Where, you go to like McDonald's in the US, and a lot of the employees there are like, what do you want? Not, there's no courtesy. It's like, I'm here and to purchase something, and you're kind of being a little rude. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's catch up here. Hi Gary. Hi Michael. Uh, Gary said eggs. Whoa. Yeah, no, man. If you haven't had gumbo with boiled eggs in it, that's the best. Do you know if you can get the ingredients you need to make your gumbo in the Philippines? Okay, so yes and no. Uh, the what I found, like, the the sticking point is for my gumbo would be the sausage. Because I use andouille sausage, and I actually have watched like a lot of YouTube videos on sausage making, and probably one day when I get around to getting like a bigger place, maybe like a little house or something, then I'm gonna buy, like a sausage maker and order casings and get pork and season it, and then I'll have a grill where I can smoke the sausage to make smoked sausage because you know it, I can add like smoked paprika or something to meat to season it to kind of give it the smoky flavor. Or I even saw in the grocery store, the Robinsons near here, they've got. I didn't know they had it, but they have got like the little bottles of liquid smoke, and you can use that for like give it smokiness. But I just don't know that it's the same. I don't know. I'm very particular when it comes to cooking. Like I like, the real thing. Like I don't cut corners. If I want whatever it is to have, a smoky flavor in the whole complexity of flavors, then I want real smoke, like something that was exposed to real smoke. And but yeah, to me, it's been hard to find smoked meats. Like I don't know where I could find like smoked ham or smoked ham hocks. Like I was making black eyed peas the other day, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, it would be really good to have some smoked ham hocks. I ended up getting like the menudo cut pork, and I trimmed it up some, and then added paprika and something else. But anyway, I seasoned up the meat and let it sit for a while to kind of absorb the flavors, and then just browned it real quick, took it off, then used the the grease that was in the pan to saute my onions and bell peppers and did I put garlic? I think I put some garlic, and and then added that mixture to my beans with the meat and let it cook. But I went on a long rant there, but yes and no. I mean, I can find pretty much everything that goes in my gumbo. Maybe not filet, but I think I could probably order that from Lazada. Maybe I haven't looked. I mean, I can do without filet. It's just I'd like to put a little bit at the end, like when I serve it up, then I'll sprinkle a little filet in it. You know, I just like the flavor. I made gumbo one time since I've been over here down in the province, and I used in for I used chicken and pig cheek, like sisig meat, to make my gumbo, and it turned out pretty good. See, Bookham Dano and Panay says hello, Ray. Shout out from, is it Garona or Girona? Garona Tarlac. What up, brother? I'm glad you stopped by. What's going on there in Tarlac? Uh, SNR? Do you think? I don't know if you're referring to the filet. I don't know. I've got a membership to SNR. There's an SNR in that I go to in Santa Rosa, which is like 25 to 45 minutes away, depending on traffic. Uh, SNR and Landers are a nice option here in Bacolod. Most everything there. Yeah, no, not maybe you're lucky. Maybe it's your SNR. Shut this. I think it's starting to rain again. Maybe it's your SNR, but like at and it could be times like they might have. I haven't went enough to, maybe sometimes they're out of something that they normally carry, because I know whenever I've been there, like I always looked for Kraft macaroni and cheese, and they would have like the little single individual packets to make like one serving, or they would have like the bowls, but like the full box of macaroni and cheese, I never saw it. I never seen it anywhere. So uh, at least not at my SNR. But I don't know if I look for filet. Let's see. And I know I didn't see. I think I might have. I think I did get some ham from there, and it might have been smoked ham. I'm not sure, but I definitely didn't see ham hocks. Gary Walker, OMG, I so miss ham and beans. Why are there so many piggeries here but no smokehouse? What kind of wood here would impart flavor? Man, I think any wood. Uh, uh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you could order the pellets. Uh, like I would have to look to see if you could, import the pellets. But even I think even they burn the coconut husks to make charcoal. I think even that, if you get like a low smoke going, you can impart flavor. Is just the process of cooking the meat slow and keep infusing it with that smoke. I think that would be fine. And let's see. But yeah, no, I mean, I miss ham and beans too. Like I brought back, a big pack of lima beans with me, and I was going to cook those up. And I'm going to have to do the same thing. I'll buy ham, and then I'll have to season it, and then use like paprika or, a little bit of liquid smoke or something to give it that smoky flavor. But I mean, that's what I've had to do. Uh, Bookham Nano says, yeah, they change up once in a while. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they, you know, you have to catch it at the right time. Uh, Something simple. I miss some good chili. I think I could make some good chili. Um, I mean, the you can, as long as you, because I think seasonings, I can pretty much find just about everything. Um, so it's just a matter of, you know, getting all the ingredients and putting them together in a certain way that Filipinos don't put flavors together, to make something that's familiar. It's just like my girlfriend was always saying, she didn't like beef. Well, I got some hamburger meat, and because I was making burritos, I cooked some red beans and rice, and then after like 2 days, like I took the beans and refried them, because I didn't have at the time I didn't have pinto beans. Now I got a whole bunch of packs of pinto beans up there where I can um, cook a pot of pinto beans, and then you know after a couple days I'll make refried beans out of them. Then I take the hamburger meat and add cumin and chili powder and salt. I've got big bottle, like bunches of bottles of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Like, yeah, yeah, I'll show you. Let me get up here. But I got my Tony Chachere's, and I got this. I haven't used this yet. I don't know what this is, but got the Raging Cajun seasoning. But I use I use either I use Tony Chachere's anytime that I would normally use salt. It gets Tony's. Tony's has salt in it, so it's kind of the same as if you're making something like beans, like you don't just add water to beans, you add chicken stock to give it flavor. Like if you're just boiling beans in plain water, nah, you gotta put some, either use chicken stock or I put like some chicken bouillon in there, and then like I'm always tasting. Like I'm full by the time I'm done cooking, because like I'm tasting when I add something, I taste, let it cook for a while, I taste again. But anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Uh, let's see. Don't worry about long answers. Your viewers want to know your interests. Yeah, yeah, and eventually I'm gonna make some cooking videos. I already made one when I made gizzards, a little short, but uh, Gary says, "Me too, Michael. I found kidney beans at Kmart at Bacolid. I'm getting close to having what I need." You could ask me. I got plenty of kidney beans, and I've found them, like they had, and they were actually pretty good. Because I'm from Louisiana, so I'm particular about my red beans. But they had some red beans at the Robinsons that's walking distance from my condo, and I bought them, and they're actually pretty good. But the last time I went here, they didn't have them, so I think it's like we were talking about earlier. It's one of those sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't kind of things, and that's definitely true in the Philippines. I mean, if you see something that you would want at some point, you need to go ahead and get it right then, even if you don't need it, you don't plan on making it for a while, because you don't know the next time you're going to see it. Uh, let's see. We are 30 minutes from Angela City. Bookham Dano says we are in the farmland, peaceful and quiet. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to a lot of places in the Philippines. There's a lot of places on my list that I want to go see. I want to go see Angela City and the Clark area, and what is that? Where the uh, Bataan. I want to go see Bataan, like all over in that area. After, let's see. Nice, you found some beans, but if the beans weren't an option, I still have no beans eating beanless chili. Yeah, no, and you can make. That's what I said. Um, I kind of went off on a tangent when I was talking about making burritos. Like maybe not other places, but here, like in Tagaytay, they've got a pretty good selection of beef, and it's fresh, and it's not that bad. Like I've heard, other places where like the local beef is, not good, but maybe because there's cooler weather up here, and the cows can get a little fat on them, and fat is flavor, so maybe that's why. But the ground beef here isn't bad, and so if you're making chili with ground beef, I mean, you know, in a perfect world, you'd want to grind your own meat, and then you could control how much fat and how much lean to put in to make a chili. But that's a whole nother thing. Eventually, I have a grinder. Eventually, I'm going to have a grinder, and I'm going to make my own sausage and all of that. But yeah, you can make chili. You know, with just meat and the right seasonings. Some onion, and put some bell pepper, cook it down, and anyway. Um, and see, I when I lived in Canada for like 4 years, I was working. I, I met a. I was married to a Canadian woman that couldn't resist my Southern charm right up until she could. Apparently, my Southern charm has a 4-year shelf life. But while I was up there, I my trade was heating and air conditioning, and the company I was working for, they had a team building kind of meeting, everybody got party kind of thing, and they were having a chili cook off. I made gumbo, and my gumbo won the chili cook off. Yes, everybody voted for the gumbo, but uh, I'm like, well, everybody's making chili. I'm making gumbo. They ain't never had gumbo up there. Um, let's see. Bookham Dano says after read the chili, it will keep the mosquitoes away. Fallout. Are you talking about the after effects of chili? Gary Walker. So, Michael, what ingredients have you not found in Bacolod to make your chili? Bookham Dano says, love that Jamaican hot sauce. I have what Jamaican hot sauce? Is it like a jerk sauce that you're talking about? The jerk hot sauce? Love me some Tony C's seasoning, filet included. Yeah, like I've got. I mean, if I've got nothing else in my cabinet, like I always have onion powder, garlic, like not salt. I don't like onion salt or garlic salt. Anything that adds salt, because I like to control like the the saltiness of whatever I'm making. But like I always have onion powder, garlic powder, Tony's, black pepper, and that's I can make just about anything with that. I mean, uh, no matter what I'm cooking, like I might use fresh onion, fresh garlic, and stuff in there. But while I'm tasting, like I can tell if it, needs a little salt, needs a little more onion flavor, needs a little more garlic. And also I would need uh, bouillon. Like I always keep, chicken bouillon, beef bouillon, pork bouillon, uh, and then, whatever like if I cook like some meat, if it's fatty. Another thing that I found, like a lot of the meat has, the fat on it is, for lack of a better way to put it, like hard. Like it's got like a hard fat ring. What I normally do is like I trim that completely off, and then cut the fat up into pieces, and then I'll cook the fat first, and get it, like I cut it in small pieces and get like little crispy pieces of fat. Then I'll take the fat pieces out and then cook the meat in the fat grease that's left over. Because like it seems like whenever I cook like a pork chop that got the fat on it, like the meat, the lean part of the meat will get done before the fat renders enough. So like I render the fat first and then cook the meat. I don't know if you guys have came across the same problem. Uh, Boogum Dano says my wife she makes her own jerk hot sauce, or Jamaican hot sauce. Michael says, actually, I haven't attempted the chili yet here in Bacolod. Che never really ate beef in her province, let alone ground beef. She was intimidated to try it. So here in Bacolod, she finally tried. Yeah, I mean, I've had the same experience. Like, um, uh, Filipinos don't know how to cook beef, with the exception of here in Tagaytay. The It's just different flavorings, different like there's seasonings and flavorings that go better with beef. Like if you try to, cook beef with the same kind of seasonings you use for pork and chicken, you're not gonna, you know, get the unctuous flavor of the beef. It's like you need different flavor profiles that work well with beef, and those flavor profiles just aren't used that much in the Philippines. So, but here, here in Tagaytay, like I love uh, bulalo, which is it's basically like a beef soup, and they take the beef bone, with the marrow in it, and like boil it for multiple hours to get like a bone marrow broth, and then and cook the meat in that, and it's like really rich, deep beef flavor. Like it's really, and they put cabbage in it, and it's really good. If you've not had bulalo, then it's good stuff. Let's see. Boogum Nano says fantastic adobo. Yeah, say I haven't had adobo that I really like. One of the issues, and I said this before, is uh, I'm not a big fan of soy sauce, and I think it's because of it's like a lot of times too salty, and most of the time I've had adobo like it's cooked with the bone still in it and served, and like me, like if I serve you a dish, unless it's fried chicken, If it's a meat dish, there's no bones in it. If it's a fish dish, there's no bones in it unless, because I don't think they got brim here, because, you'd get brim with bones because you can't really fillet those. But like if I'm cooking, fish, it's filleted and it, grilled or fried or however I'm going to do it. Like all you got to do is, you know, cut into it and put it in your mouth. You don't have to worry about worrying about any bones. And and I've noticed here, like a lot of the food is like everything you got to work to eat. It's like I just want to shovel stuff in my mouth and chew it up. Anyway, uh, Micah says a burger at Das Burger at Ayala Mall, and she loved it. Yeah, that I'd have to. I might have to try that when I get there because McDonald's burgers aren't bad. They're like to me they're at least here they're pretty similar. Like a Big Mac's a Big Mac, but um, but if you get like a hamburger from one of these like little cheap hamburger stores that's next to like a sorry. Like I don't want nothing to do with a hamburger. I hate Jolly. Well, I don't hate Jollibee hamburgers, but it's something different. It's a sandwich. I can eat it, but to me, it's not really a hamburger. The Yum Burger or whatever. Um, let's see. So I was taking baby steps with her. Uh, Das is respectable, Michael. Yeah, I'll have to try that whenever I'm on my whirlwind meet and greet tour. Michael said, so next I will make her ground beef meat sauce for pasta. After that, she will want to be the one to cook it. She's excited to learn it, which it will be simple for her. Then on to chili. Yeah, I make my own pasta sauce. Like, because I'm kind of spoiled. I don't want to say not spoiled, but for when I was a kid, like between like 12, when I was 12 and 13, I lived in Italy, in Gaeta, Italy. It's kind of on the coast, about halfway between Naples and Rome, and so I got spoiled for Italian food. Like whenever I went back to the States, it was a long time before I could eat, like Pizza Hut or Domino's or anything. I was like, that's not pizza. Like you didn't cook that in a wood fired oven. Like it doesn't taste right. And then spaghetti sauce. Like I don't like Filipino spaghetti sauce. I mean, but that's normal for everybody. But I don't even like a lot of the sauces in the U.S. that they come in a jar and they all say sugar. So uh, I make my own sauce and actually like canned tomatoes, and I look for the Marzano tomatoes, and you can find them here in the import section. But like I'll get like good tomatoes, and canned tomatoes are always good. You would think that, oh well, fresh tomatoes would be better than canned tomatoes, but 80% of the time you'd be wrong because the tomatoes that are in a can, they were canned when the tomatoes were at their peak ripeness during like the best time to harvest tomatoes, and every other tomato that wasn't harvested in that time that you get like at a grocery store, it's they're they're not as flavorful. They're more bland. That's why, especially in the US, if you go buy tomatoes in the store, like they're they're bland. They don't have that rich tomato flavor. But anyway, I make my own sauce, and um, what I do, like when I start my sauce, like I'll put some olive oil, and I'll have diced onion and zucchini, and saute the onions and zucchini, and then add the garlic just like a minute before I add the tomatoes. because you don't want to cook garlic, at the same time your onions and stuff, because you'll like burn your garlic, and that's not a good flavor. But anyway, I've talked enough about spaghetti sauce. And then let's see. Bookham says you can get good Angus beef at S&R Landers. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that. Yeah, I know that they import like Australian uh, beef and stuff like that, but I'm talking about just like regular ground beef. It's not bad here. Uh, Gary Walker says, "Where you at, Dano?" I think Dano said he was outside Angelus. Uh, sorry, Garona Tarlac. I don't know. Let's see. Gary, got you, sir. Bookham says, I'm not around a lot of experts where I am. It's peaceful, laughing out loud. Typo expats. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a expert about anything. Gotcha, Dana. Gary said, Ray, let's pretend you can't make your gumbo. Where are you going? New Orleans or wherever? Um, if if I would have to, if I would have to have gumbo from somewhere else, it would probably be somewhere like Lafayette in Louisiana, which is, I mean, is down south. But to me, a lot of times New Orleans gumbo, like uh, they like a really really dark roux, uh, and I make a like my roux is not as dark, but they're like it's like New Orleans gumbo has like a, I don't know, like it's almost like a little bit of a burnt flavor. I mean, you want your roux, like when you're making your roux, you want it to get to like a kind of a nutty flavor, but not cook it too long or cook it, too fast, or you'll get that burnt flavor, and that's no good. And I found a lot of times anywhere, meaning like New Orleans gumbo, or they say New Orleans style gumbo, it's always like a really dark roux, and it has almost a bitter taste. So yeah, I would say Lafayette, Louisiana. Like Lafayette's definitely, like they have like a lot of meat shops. It's like in Lafayette, that's the place you would go to get either boudin or fresh cracklings. That's that's the spot. They have the best cracklings and the best boudin in Lafayette. Um, Boogum says, "Love it here. I am a permanent resident. Bought land and built two-story house. That's awesome. That's awesome, Dano." Uh, Michael says, "Jollibee, in my opinion, is nasty. Blasphemy." No, I mean I like Jollibee fried chicken, like I do. It's uh, like my second favorite fried chicken. My first favorite, and it's more a regional thing in Louisiana. There's a place called Southern Classic Chicken, and if you ever around like Shreveport area of Louisiana, or Mansfield or Monroe or Ruston, I think they have them, which is where they filmed Duck Dynasty. Is they they uh, they have Southern Classic Chicken, and it is the best fried chicken anywhere on the planet, I do believe. John C says, "I like Jollibee's spicy chicken." Yeah, I'm the same. And it's good. It's not quite as good as Southern Classic, but it's better than pretty much any other chain fast food chicken. Um, Sounds awesome. Bookham, that must be relaxing. Have your own. So Bookham says, great cooking show. It didn't start out that way, but like I'm just going with the flow, and as long as we're all happy talking about cooking, then I'll keep talking about it. Michael says, I'm very strict with my diet, and at the request of some locals, when I first arrived here last July 2024, they convinced me to try Jollibee. I kind of knew I wouldn't go for it, and I didn't. Yeah, Ray should do live stream cooking. Maybe one day when I get all this live stream figured out, I'll I'll try maybe even on my next live stream if I can get some ingredients together to make something interesting and figure out how to. I think what I need is a taller a taller tripod. That way I can have it angled down onto like my cooking surface so people can see what I'm doing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Gary Walker, what you talking about, Willis Ray? What you talking about, Willis? Uh, Can San Marzano in the Philippines? Please do tell Sir Ray. Yeah, I've found them. I found them at. I've seen them at definitely at SNR, but at my local Robinsons. It's just like a small little grocery store that's walking distance from here. I've seen it in there in like the import section. They have a lot of Italian imports in that particular Robinsons. Uh, uh, Call it cooking with ray of sunshine in the Philippines. Yeah, I mean, as another Gordon Ramsay. No, uh, like whenever I cook, like I cook country. That's you know country with a little bit of coon ass. Like I can do like some South Louisiana dishes. I can I can cook Italian, um, but pretty much anything that you slow cook in a pot, I got that down. When it comes to baking, I'm for the most part I'm clueless. Um, but if it's cooked slow in a pot, that's my jam. Uh, Gary says, so your roux is like your pillows or couch. Um, not as dark brown as this, and that would be like the color of like a blonde roux, but uh, the color of like peanut butter. So like a dark like a I'm trying to think of like a darker peanut butter and about the same consistency. You want to and I can smell it when it's ready. Like but you slow cook you. I mean, you pretty much like you're stirring roux when you make roux. Like you're constantly stirring to keep it from scorching at all for like 45 minutes to make good roux. Like and I like to do, a lot of people do like a cup of oil, cup of flour, but uh I don't like mine as oily. So I do like a 3/4 cup of oil and with a cup of flour to make my roux. And like I said, you're just constantly stirring. You know, it's anyway, that's how you make roux. Uh, let's see. Sorry, Michael, but this wouldn't hurt anything with 8 of us. He's talking. You and Leia can do a cooking collaboration someday. Yeah, absolutely. I'll, I'll, I'll make a whole tour. Uh, you know, uh, every expat vlogger, that has a Filipino wife, like I'll teach her how to make something American. Uh, hey Ray, listening in the background while driving. Hey, thanks Scott and Isa. Aiza, is that right? Aiza, yeah. I appreciate you, putting it on and just letting it play. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Uh, Bookum Dano says you sound like you can really cook excellent. Certain things, like uh, I've I've been told enough times that I can cook to believe it, and it's certain things. Like I said, you know, my spaghetti sauce is really good. My gumbo's good. My red beans and rice are good. My etouffee is good. And if you don't know what etouffee is, it's basically like gumbo, but it's normally made with one meat, and it's it's thicker, uh, because etouffee. You're gonna have a little language lesson here today. Etouffee is French for smothered, so it's like smothered gumbo. You cook it slow and put a lid on it and smother it. It thickens up, and you know, like I make like really good crawfish etouffee. I wish you could get crawfish in the Philippines, because I like we'd do like a crawfish boil, and then after you eat, then the next day you're peeling crawfish tails, and you get a whole bunch of them, and then I take the crawfish heads and the shells, and stick them in a pot and let them cook to make like a crawfish stock, to make my etouffee with the crawfish tails. You use the stock in place of, like, when I'm making gumbo, you got the roux, and once you get the roux, then you add chicken stock, and it all boils with, you know, well, I mean, you got to. I'm not going to sit here and go through my whole gumbo recipe, but anyway, in gumbo you use like chicken stock, and etouffee, if you're making crawfish etouffee, you'd use like a crawfish stock. Or if you're making a seafood etouffee or gumbo, you'd use like a seafood stock. Even with seafood gumbo, though, I still use chicken stock. It's only an etouffee that I use like a fish stock or anyway. Michael said, "Yes, Ray, making me hungry." Yeah, I haven't really ate a lot today. Boogum Nano says, "No, I'm going to have to eat my Shakey's pizza I brought home." I've tried Shakey's once, and it didn't impress me. Like, the only pizza that I've had over in the Philippines that was okay to me, that was close to like, like a Pizza Hut type in the US, because Pizza Hut here sucks too. Like, I've had the Pizza Hut here that's close to it's not good. But anyway, what I was saying, S&R pizza is like the only pizza I've had in the Philippines that to me wasn't that bad. And they, like, I think it's because they use like real pepperoni. Because I've had pepperoni pizzas and there may be times that they have real pepperoni, but most of the time it doesn't taste like pepperoni at all. But yeah, so S&R pizza, only pizza I found here that is not bad. Michael said, like most things in life, if you don't enjoy doing it, if you are more than likely not going to be good at it. Ray enjoys cooking, thus his results are most likely a success. Well, yeah, and there's that saying, something worth doing right is wait, it's worth taking your time, something worth doing right, or something along those lines. If you can think of the phrase, put it in there. But if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right, or I don't know. But that's the thing. How one of the things that that it resonates with me with cooking is, if I'm gonna cook, then like it's a process. Like, I don't just whip out something. Like, if I'm cooking, it's probably going to take, you know, some hours. Like there's some time being put into that. And, I'm normally making it for, for someone that I care about, or I, I want to bring enjoyment to their lives. And so, you know, if you put time and love into something, it's going to be good. That's what I feel. Gary says, "What's that dessert called in New Orleans? A beignet. Yeah. Uh, is it really that awesome, Ray? Um, Not to me. I mean, it's a beignet is uh, basically like a the way I would describe it is like a croissant with powdered sugar. So, it's nice like with a cup of coffee, a beignet and coffee, but it's not any different than like having like a croissant with coffee, except it's sweet. That like Michael says the best pizza I had in Dumaguete was from a place called Asturia restaurant. It's very good all around food, and the owner was a class act. He is a Filipino and also spent time in the USA refining. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure that, you know, if if I went to maybe someplace in Manila or something where I'm sure there's some places that have wood fired pizzas where, they make fresh dough and they have, higher end ingredients. But I'm just talking about as far as, like chain pizza places. Uh, like SNR is the only chain pizza place in the Philippines that I would recommend. I've had Yellow Cab Pizza, I've had Pizza Hut, I've had Domino's here, I've had Shakey's, and like I said, SNR is the only one that I would want more than one slice. Uh, Gary Walker says pepperoni here sucks, but yes, SNR is the best I've found here. Yeah, I agree, Gary. But look at what I got. Look at what I got. Hold on. Look what I got. Look at what I got. Yeah, look at that. Brought me some pepperoni back. So I got the real pepperoni here. All right, let me catch up on this comment. Micah said his cooking skills and having an incredible menu. Uh, but Dano says I like the pepperoni hot pockets at SNR. Now, see, come to the Philippines, you don't need to be eating processed food. But yeah, I guess they would have. I guess they would have stuff like because that's one of the things that I um, was thinking about the other day. Like they don't really have like a microwave meal culture in the Philippines. Like I don't really see it too much in the grocery stores. You'll see like some little meals in like 7-Eleven or something that are microwavable, but like there's just not really like a TV dinner microwave culture in the Philippines that I've found. And Micah says, only tried one place for pizza here. Sienna Sourdough makes many things with sourdough bread incorporated. The pizza was very good. Yeah, and I'm sure that there's places that are, like more boutique pizza places that will definitely be a better quality. Again, I was just talking about like chain pizza places. Yes, Michael, Deanna is great. Try the chili dog, not bad. And the jalapeno cheddar sourdough loaf is damn good. Yeah, it sounds good. Yes, the menu with pictures at Sienna had me drooling. I wanted to try everything. Well, I'll have to try that place whenever I come to visit. Why is this floor wet again? I need to put something down. I don't know how this floor got wet. I just dried it not too long ago. Dano says we cook everything with air fryer. Fantastic. Yeah, I might have to get an air fryer. I don't know. I don't know how that would do with my gizzards, but what is it? Mike say yes. Air fryer is the way to go, in my opinion, for cooking basically everything aside for the things that require a crock pot. My go-to is air fryer. Yeah, and I haven't done a lot of air fryer cooking because like I'm from the South and like we cook with Crisco, and then there's the Louisiana side that has the French influence where like I always like I got butter and everything. Like butter's flavor. Like well, it's a fat. Like fat is flavor. That's all there is to it. If you want to add flavor, you need to add fat. And it's not the healthiest cooking, but you know, sometimes you got to make a choice between do you want healthier or do you want flavor? Like for me, healthy is, you know, like I don't overcook like vegetables, but like I like steamed broccoli and I like a lot of raw vegetables. Um, but when I'm cooking something in a pot, it's probably not going to be the most healthy thing. Like, my spaghetti sauce is rich, and actually, my spaghetti sauce is probably pretty healthy. I like I said, I got a lot of vegetables in my. It's kind of like a cross between like a primavera sauce and a and like a bolognese because it's you know like a bolognese is a meat sauce and a primavera is like a vegetable sauce where it has a lot of vegetables in it, and I kind of combine the two because I put, like I said, zucchini and onion and pepper and everything into my spaghetti sauce like a primavera sauce. The primavera sauce has carrots in it too, but I don't put carrots in mine because I don't like that extra sweetness. Um, but I also like meat, so I put meat into basically a primavera sauce. Let's see. Like I said, I wish I had beef tallow here, but bacon grease works too and is fine for your health. It's a healthy fat. Yeah, no, yeah, I want to get, uh, and I should have brought one back, but like the container, and you take the lid off, and it's got like little holes where you dump your bacon grease, and it um, separates like the little chunks and pieces, and like the grease settles at the bottom of the container, and then you can just take a spoonful out if you want to make something, have without having to cook more bacon, save the grease back. Yes, air fryer over microwave all day, every day. Absolutely. Like I said, I eat eggs daily, most nutrient dense food on the planet. Yeah. Yeah, I like eggs and corned beef, but I don't like, like I haven't found any of like the canned corned beef that I like. Like I always have to get the expensive corned beef, and I can find it here at the store, but you know the kind I'm talking about. The kind you got to have like a key and to open the corned beef, not the just like the can. It's got a key and you open it up. I mean, I guess I'm fancy like that. But I am getting close to being ready to call this one. Man, you guys have been great hanging out with me. Like I said, you don't like balut ray. I've never tried balut. We're gonna try it together. Remember? Well, it'll be my second time, but close enough. All all fryer cooked steaks fantastic. Air fryer cooked steaks fantastic in it. Gary Walker said, "Y'all gonna make me buy my first air fryer." Damn, see y'all. Yeah, I'm fixing to call it. I've been on here a while. I can tell. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell like my voice is starting to get a little raspy. I've been talking too much and talking all excited about food. uh, but yeah, you know, I want to get. I also need to get some sort of like toaster oven. But the thing with like my little condo kitchen, there's not like a lot of room, and that's the one thing I miss is having like a good size prep area, to like cut vegetables and all of that. But one day, anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. And let's see, this guy says I have a toaster oven. There's also an air fryer. That's awesome. I'll have to look for that. Air fryer does toast and bread too. Have a good night, guys, or good morning to some. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think you can do cornbread in an air fryer. That's the whole thing. Or biscuits. Like I want something that I can, make some homemade biscuits. But we'll talk about biscuits on the next one, guys. I'm gonna get out of here, and you all have a great night, great day, wherever you're at. I just hope it's great. So I'll see you later. Bye bye. Stop moving.